Hello, this is that creepy bald guy, and I'm here to welcome you to another episode of Critiquing the Critics. Which is ironic because, technically, most of the people I review don't really qualify as critics. It's a joke! Today's subject, Some Call Me Johnny. I'm going to refer to Some Call Me Johnny by what I presume to be his real name. Some. What? Isn't that his first name?
Hello, I'm Johnny, the Super Gamer Brother.
Dude, how'd you do that?
Metroid Zero mission.
Some is one half of the Super Gaming Bros, along with his brother Elliot. Although, since Elliot is often absent, it gets a little confusing when he uses that title. Anyway, he reviews video games of all systems, the classics and the contemporary, the good and the bad. While his favorite franchise is Sonic, he's also covered the Metroid franchise, the Mario franchise, and plenty of stray video games that are thrown in there as well. So let's bring up the reviewer Triforce and figure out whether or not he is for you. While his style is often as diverse as the things he reviews, his goal almost always is to inform his viewers. His reviews are packed with information, discussing any notable history, the plot, sometimes including spoilers, warning, the music, which he focuses on a lot too, level design, the gameplay, everything. I stress the informing part because he will discuss pretty much everything within the game before actually critiquing it. I'd even argue that there might be too much information.
Control Mario with the D-pad and have him jump by pressing the 2 button. Pressing the D-pad alone will have Mario coast at a slow pace, but by holding down the 1 button while moving, you can have him run, which gives his jumps more momentum and height. To all the inexperienced casual adults playing this game, holding down the 1 button is a good thing. Jumping and pressing down the D-pad will cause Mario to do the ground pound, which can break certain blocks. And finally, by flicking the Wiimote on the ground, Mario will do the spin jump, which isn't much different from the regular jump. And by flicking the Wiimote in midair, you'll do a quick spin which keeps you in the air slightly longer. You use these controls to jump across platforms, destroy enemies, collect coins, everything that one usually does in a Mario game.
But that's more of a personal gripe than a critical one. His critiquing style is actually similar to Acorn Cinema's, where he dives headfirst into the game, making his reviews just as much of a journey as they are reviews. Like Acorn Cinema, there is good and bad to come out of this. At his best, his reviews are immensely insightful and captivating. At his worst, his rating, which is of a 10-point system by the way, is disproportionate to his review. He might complain a lot and then give the game a positive rating. Or he can get lost in the review, focusing on asinine aspects of the game that nobody cares about. But this is expected from any game reviewer, especially one of this style. What makes him a success in my eyes is that he usually gets it right. He's got an excellent, but not pretentious, vocabulary, and his use of it feels very natural, as if he's not just saying it to sound intelligent. His references and comparisons suggest that he's clearly an expert on the medium. He acknowledges when he's being a fanboy or when he likes or dislikes something that's very subjective. This strikes a nice balance, and I usually know whether or not I will enjoy the game.
The 3D sections are also somewhat disappointing. About 85% of the game is from the 2D perspective. When the game switches to 3D, you're either running in a straight line, drifting into a 2D section with absolutely no obstacles to get in your way, or avoiding obstacles that require you to do nothing but press left or right at the correct time. I know the 3D perspective for Sonic has been an incredibly bumpy ride, but the answer isn't to cut away from it entirely. You just have to keep trying until you get it right. Just take a look at the adventure games. Now that's how you should make Sonic perform in 3D. You know, only make it less buggy.
When his reviews work, they showcase critiquing at its finest. Unfortunately, this greatness is undermined by his delivery. Some rushes through his lines, sometimes even just downright mumbling them. Because of this, a lot of his points fail to stick. I often forget what he just said, or maybe I didn't notice in the first place. This is especially an issue during his longer reviews. When his videos are around 10 minutes long, it's fine. When they're around 20 minutes long, though, they're exhausting. If I had any advice for him, it would be to slow down, enunciate a little more, make your words have impact through your delivery. Otherwise, the reviews become too dry and it becomes difficult to pay attention. Elliot is a little bit better when it comes to relaying the information, although I always felt some points were more effective. But even then, Elliot often sounds like he's reading off of a script, and for this he can come across as a little bit wooden. As much as I believe in scripting, I do believe that the viewer should not be able to tell that you're reading off of a script. The humor varies per review. Sometimes his reviews are almost completely clinical, with very few jokes. Other times he'll use cliched jokes, derived from guys like AVGN.
Now, before we start this review, I'd like to let you guys know this review will be in my special censored mode. Because trust me, we're gonna need it. Okay, now let me try it out.
The nostalgia critic.
You son of a bitch! The camera just suddenly shifted and it whipped me into the goddamn wall. Why? I swear to whatever's out there, I'm not doing this on purpose. But at least you don't have to fly through any more rings! God damn it, more rings? I don't want to fly through any more fucking rings! That's not fun! It's extremely repetitive, and most of all, it's completely boring!
Possibly the irate gamer.
After delivering the final blow, Bowser releases Princess Peach from capture and skyrockets into oblivion.
Yet I have to confess, I never found his jokes to be unfunny. I always laughed. At worst, I was amused. So cliched or not, it works. Plus, he does have his own unique brand of jokes, so I was happy. Furthermore, the delivery here is actually pretty good. Some plays the straight man, mostly, while Elliot is the goofball. Like all brothers, they bicker, they put on masks and try to kill each other, give each other surprise butt sex. Typical brother behavior. That is what they do, right? They have good chemistry and are the only reviewers whom I could tolerate when it comes to Let's Play video. The sketch humor is probably the only real weak link. The skits aren't bad, don't get me wrong, and there are even a few standout moments.
Very well then. I've been meaning to get back at you two for some time now. Ever since the end of our last encounter, the only thing that's been on my mind was thinking of a way I could kill you both. And now, it is time that I repay the favor.
Tailstone, should have known. You just never give up, do you?
You will both suffer for what you did to me a year ago. Now prepare to die.
Bring it on, you sadistic muppet!
The only one dying today is you.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Mark, get back. The Tails doll's here.
The what?
No, wait.
Bounce off.
There are After Effects, some actually pretty cool animations done by Some himself. Dress-ups, they're just okay. Although Elliot needs to stop looking like he's about to burst out laughing during them. They don't appear often either. So if you hate that kind of stuff, don't worry about it. It's just mainly reserved for the Halloween specials and a few others. As for the technicals, they are top-notch. I can see and hear his videos perfectly. The editing is even better with an excellent use of inserted clips and pictures to keep the pace moving, and they always directly reflect what is being said at that time. All in all, his videos look and sound great, and they have substance. His delivery just needs some work. I'd say at his best, his videos are 3.5 out of 4 star worthy. But I'm going to give him a 3 out of 4 because his rushed reading of lines keeps him from reaching the levels of the Happy Video Game Nerd and Acorn Cinema. He's great half of the time and just good the other half. Still, that's a positive rating and definitely higher than what I give myself, and I'd recommend that all gamers check him out. My name is Marshall Horror, and I'm here to tell you that those who cannot do, critique.